You're admiring my 1973 VW Karman Ghia Coupe. As you probably know much better than I, the Karman Ghias were very limited production for a very limited number of years, and they have a cult following today, especially the gray hairs that remember these when they were growing up.
That would be you and I.
That's you and I, Sam. You're absolutely right. This is a fully documented California car from new. And we have a portfolio restoration maintenance history on it, and it was maintained to the highest standards. It's finished in the original red. Some you see today that are red were not always born that way, but this one was. The paint on it is beautiful. It has the white Karman Ghia Sport racing stripes on the side, which I think kind of dress it up some. It has the chrome wheels, the scripted VW hubcaps, and the white wall radial tires. The interior is black, and it is finished in leather. It's a 4-speed, fully synchronized transmission. It has an AM/FM radio, which was not original, but I do have the original AM Sapphire radio in the trunk. It's showing 57,000 miles, which Sam may be correct. The interior on it is absolutely beautiful. There's no cracking of the dash, and as you can see on the floors, we have the cocoa mats, which we saw back in the 70s, but not very often today. The panel fit on it is really excellent. The doors open and close like safe doors. And as you can see, the lines on the panel fit is just excellent. VW wanted a sports car, so they went to the Italian designer Ghia in Italy, and Ghia did the design for the Karman Ghia. Karman was the coach builder in Germany, but you can see and Ghia was one of the most famous and highly recognized Ferrari coach builders. So it has the Italian styling and in conjunction with the German engineering, all of the best of both worlds. During the restoration, as you might can see, the rubber moldings around the doors and the windows were all updated. So if all of that looks pretty new, it's only because it is. The leather on the seating, as you can see, is in beautiful condition. There's absolutely no cracking or crazing on it anywhere. This is the Karman Ghia portfolio, which includes the original Karman Ghia owner's manual, along with much of the documentation. As you can see, goes back to California, and
it's always so great to get this kind of documentation. You can pretty much see everything that's ever been done to it.
Yes, and you can see the pride that the owner took in maintaining it. It's so easy for these to become neglected over the years, but that is certainly not the case with this car here. Sam, what do you call this?
This is the frunk.
Okay.
That's the front trunk.
This is the front. Here's the white wall spare radial with the chrome wheel, and as you can see, the air hose running from the radial to the windshield washer.
Is that right? Wow.
That's German engineering at its very best.
Wow.
So the air pressure will force the washers.
How smart.
Yeah. There's also a very high-end locking car cover, which comes with it. That's probably a $500 car cover, in addition to a bra for the front end of the car.
Very nice.
And the original Volkswagen Sapphire radio. And again, you can see the rubber molding around it is fresh only because it is.
Brand
And if I lifted the spare out of here, which I'm not going to do, the weld down in here is in excellent condition. Again, it's a California car. The engine compartment is highly detailed. It is really beautiful, as is the rest of the car. It has the 12-volt new die-hard battery in it, and it's the 1600cc or the 1.6 liter flat-bore engine. It's got a 3.4-inch bore and a 3.2-inch stroke, and the top speed on it was advertised at 80 miles per hour. It also has the tension bar front and rear suspension. Okay, we're taking my red 73 Karman Ghia out for a drive on a lovely spring day in Georgia. Atlanta comes alive this time of the year. This Karman Ghia, Sam, is an absolute joy to drive. The steering is nice and tight. The transmission has absolutely no play in it at all. So when it was restored, all of that was addressed. The steering has no play, and there's no pull whenever the brakes are applied. It has the normally aspirated flat-bore engine in it. In later years, VW released a fuel injection edition, which was very problematic, but then naturally aspirated engines were considered very desirable. Shifting is nice and crisp. We're going through the 4-speed now. We're in third gear, and it will take most grades, even with two adults in third gear, without any reservation at all. It is a lot of fun, and it gets all of the oohs and ahs and all of the thumbs up anytime out, especially from those that remember it. From those that don't, someone asked me if it was a Ferrari. I was flattered. I wish it was.
Well, this is not your normal VW. I've been in many Volkswagen Beetles, and this Karman Ghia, this is the first Karman Ghia that I've sat in. It really feels great.
Yeah.
You're low, and it feels like a real sports car.
Yes. And we're starting in second gear now. Has plenty of pull, a lot of power. I've got to believe the engine was rebuilt and perhaps upgraded in that process. You know, it just kind of winds right into the bends. It reminds me of my old English motorcycles back in my college days. And again, the advantage to the 4-speed is that you've got the thrill of driving. Again, we're in 3rd gear, and it's taking the grades effortlessly, Sam.
Well, it feels like you've got plenty of top end, for
Yes.
sure. You're not going to wind it out. And that's
No.
great for the highway.
It cruises effortlessly at highway speeds.